It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. From A Tale of Two Cities is undoubtedly one of the most recognizable opening excerpts in literature. Beneath the thrilling plot and unforgettable characters, this book is a raw examination of suffering, lies, and hardship on a massive scale. It's not just a story about the French Revolution, it's an exploration of what happens when these forces collide. Dickens doesn't just show us suffering, lies, and hardship. He makes you feel its dehumanizing reality. It was engine driving the suffering of the poor in France and the rage that explodes into revolution. Let's listen how Dickens verbally paints the horror and devastating impact of hunger in the following passage. The mill which had worked them down was the mill that grinds young people old. The children had ancient faces and grave voices, and upon them, and upon the grown faces, and ploughed into every furrow of age and coming up afresh, was the sign, hunger. It was prevalent everywhere. Hunger was pushed out of the tall houses, in the wretched clothing that hung upon poles and lines. Hunger was patched into them with straw and rag and wood and paper. Hunger was repeated in every fragment of the small modicum of firewood that man sawed off. Hunger stared down from the smokeless chimneys and started up from the filthy street that had no offal, among its refuse, of anything to eat. Hunger was the inscription on the baker's shelves, written in every small loaf of his scanty stock of bad bread, at the sausage shop, in every dead dog preparation that was offered for sale. Hunger rattled its dry bones among the roasting chestnuts in the turned cylinder. Hunger was shred into atomies in every farthing porringer of husky chips of potato, fried with some reluctant drops of oil. In this single passage, Dickens forces us to confront the physical and moral horror of mass starvation. He shows how hunger breaks bodies, crushes spirits, dehumanizes, and ultimately becomes an unstoppable force of destruction. The hunger of the poor in A Tale of Two Cities is more than just a plot point. It's a timeless warning about the cost of ignoring the most basic human need. As the character Sidney Carton reflects, I see a beautiful city and a brilliant people rising from this abyss. I see the lives for which I lay down my life, peaceful, useful, prosperous, and happy. I see that I hold a sanctuary in their hearts, and in the hearts of their descendants, generations hence. It is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known. And in closing, just remember, hunger isn't just empty stomachs. It's stolen dignity. It's ignored humanity. Please share your thoughts. Celebrate your love for literature. Visit the Parnassus Collection at parnassuscollection.store.